Since the World Baseball Classic is now behind us, we need to talk about what just happened, because what an event we all got to witness. Passionate fans, walk-offs, dramatic moments, the tournament really had it all. And no, today I am not here to talk about how the US disappointed in yet another WBC championship, finishing yet again as runner-up. And trust me, coming from a US baseball fan, this is not an easy pill to swallow. Instead, today I want to talk about how the WBC is not 5 or 10 years away from being a foundational piece of the sport. It, in fact, very much so already is. The final game between Venezuela and the United States had a whopping 10.8 million viewers. To put that in perspective, a lot of people would say the 2023 World Baseball Classic final was a masterpiece, and that game had 4.48 million. Not to mention, that game hosted two of the biggest fan bases in the sport as Japan and the United States faced off against each other. You know, the classic Shohei Ohtani versus Mike Trout moment. Anyway, some quick math would tell you that this year's World Baseball Classic Championship would have over twice the viewers that tuned in 2023. So we have to talk about why this nation-based tournament has become so popular in the sport that we all love. First and foremost, people care about where they're from, and they take pride in supporting that nation. It's the reason why events like the Olympics and the World Cup are bigger than sports. They're literally global centerpieces that change the economy that they're going into. I also think you can take things a little bit deeper in baseball, as frankly most, and let me reiterate that most, non-American MLB players did not grow up watching the MLB. They did not grow up a fan of a certain MLB team. That said, it makes sense why these players express the passion that they have putting on that Venezuela jersey, putting on that Dominican jersey. And that's not to say they don't want to win in the MLB, or they're not passionate in putting on the jersey that pays their bills and keeps them employed. But I honestly think that the difference between those two things is more evident than ever. This means something to those guys. And as a fan of baseball, it's impossible to not notice this and absolutely love every second of it. I mean, let me know in an MLB game whenever a player is literally shedding a tear before throwing the game-winning pitch. It's definitely worth mentioning that the MLB and WBC Incorporated deserve their flowers in the way they went about crafting this tournament. Literally every game feels like it matters. I mean, the US lost one game before tournament play and we're at serious risk of not making the tournament. It keeps you on your heels, man. Also, side note, I absolutely love the mercy rule that they incorporate, as naturally, some of these games are not the most balanced, but the mercy rule still creates literal walk-off type moments in a game that's 13-1. Like, you have Juan Soto hitting a walk-off home run in a 12-1 baseball game, and the entire stadium erupts like this team just won the World Series. There's truly nothing like it. Then you get to the knockout stage, which lasts all of about a week. No series play, just one game, win or go home. I mean, guys, the tension that creates every single pitch just matters a little bit more. So, without a doubt, the 2026 World Baseball Classic was absolutely revolutionary for the sport of baseball. But where do we go from here? Because now we have to wait 3 more years to see another classic, and during that time, frankly, there's some ugly realities to face in the MLB. But trust me, with some of the experiences fans got to have during this tournament, this thing will grow. And could you add more teams? Yes. Could you add more elimination games? Yes. But in the grand scheme of things, as long as you have these players putting on the jerseys that mean so much to them, it really doesn't matter. The fans will watch it, the players will play their hearts out, and it will create a baseball experience like none other. And I think I can speak for all of us in saying that it truly was so refreshing to take a step back, remove ourselves from the ugliness that will play out after the 2026 season, forget about payroll, and just enjoy baseball. But man, it's going to be hard to go from the intensity we all saw in those last few games to game 1 of the 162 game season. But we all love it the same. Anyway, that's all I have for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I will talk to you all very soon. Bye-bye.